What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be sharing some of Melody's Instagram stories where she definitely has dropped some jewels, some words of wisdom that really spoke to me, and even some things that I've seen, like therapists say. So I think it will be very beneficial to us all. So I wanted to share it with you. Now, before we dig in, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. It will cause YouTube to put this video in its algorithm. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. So with that being said, let's jump right on in. Now, of course, as we all know, Melody is a marketing genius. And she actually was dropping these words of wisdom mixed in with advertising some of her products from her skincare line. She even gave us some Sugar Mama Chronicles, a conversation about Melody's bed being Sugar Mama's bed as well, according to Boss Baby. But I was just enjoying her IG stories like normal, seeing some of the product placement, the product advertising, and then sprinkled in with it was words of wisdom. And I thought they were all awesome. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So the first one says, don't allow people to project what they feel about themselves onto you. Now, if I could have learned this when I was a kid, it would have saved me so much heartache. Once I grew up and I realized that the way people treat you, it has nothing to do with you, but it's a reflection of them and their perception of life. If they are disappointed in their own life, their own accomplishments, or if they see the world negatively and they're always grouchy, they're definitely going to take some of that misery out on you, especially if you are naturally a positive person. But that is something that I've had to learn. And once I did, it made so many things make sense. And then, I no longer felt like, what am I doing to get them to treat me this way? Then I realized, oh, that's just on them. And it lightens everything up. Then she says, true story, but don't worry, you gonna be all right. And this is her reaction to, you can be friends with people for years, and it could take years to realize they were never your friend. And that is definitely 100%. Sometimes you think you know someone, right? Then after years and years of spending time and space with them, you realize that you do not. And it doesn't make you stupid or a bad judge of character. Definitely don't beat yourself up about it. But it just means that it took some time for you to see the real them. Perhaps they were faking, or they were being manipulative, or they wanted to use you. Your heart was in the right place. You treated them how you wanted to be treated in return, but they did not treat you the way that they wanted to be treated in return. So, and like Melody said, you gonna be all right. Some people talk about you because they lost the privilege to talk to you. So this was something that I have learned literally within the past couple of years, that not everyone deserves to have access to you. And also, sometimes they get mad, especially if they were the same people that used to bully you, used to always publicly embarrass you or disrespect you. And then once you have the bravery to stand alone, embrace solitude, not be around them all the time or not be around them at all, they're mad that you've liberated yourself because they, got kicks out of disrespecting you and creating a show at your expense. So then they talk about you because they've lost the privilege to talk to you. They're mad because they can't figure out how you are still being blessed after they lied and tried to slander your name. And I feel like when I read this post, this definitely screamed, Melody's story. And, it's like she has said time and time again that some negative people that have been around her, they expected the divorce to crush her, and then for her to still take great care of herself, look fabulous, have successful businesses, be healthy and happy, taking great care of her kids, and she's dating again. some people are mad when they see that you're so resilient and you're not only recovering, but you're thriving. So this post really spoke to me concerning Melody Cherie. All right. And then also, she says on this post, it's crazy how people will walk around with a mouth full of scriptures and a heart full of hate. And Melody responds at the top. She says, Amen. Make sure that your heart posture is on point. It doesn't mean you have to let people run over you. It doesn't mean you have to be a fool. But don't spend your time conjuring up things just because and not moving forward. So I feel like this is so true. I felt like this IG post, it spoke to me. I used to spend so much time in church, not just on Sundays and Wednesday night Bible study, but I would take like some additional classes throughout the other days of the week, or I would volunteer on various ministries. Oftentimes I was like the secretary. I would take meeting minutes for different auxiliary groups. I was an announcement clerk. I worked in the youth department. And I did those things because I wanted to show God that I love Him. But when you work in various positions in the church, some church members, they think that they are possessive of you. And I just often felt like they were very judgmental about how I looked, what I decided to wear. And I mean, by the time people analyze your outer, they have totally ignored your heart, okay? And then you go through so much at church, you're like, oh my gosh, you might as well just not go and deal with mean people who are in society if you have to deal with them in the church. So this post really spoke to me. And I think sometimes I'm sure you've heard of the saying, don't be so heavenly bound that you're no earthly good. And I think that some people just think that they have to show that they're spiritual by judging others instead of showing your spirituality by showing love, empathy, compassion, patience, forgiveness, generosity, just to name a few. And then Melody's her next IG post says, some people are mad at you because you are not suffering the way they expected you to. May God keep on disappointing them. I love the way that's written. It's written very creatively. And that speaks to another post earlier where, people are just astonished that you're doing so well. I feel like this is really true at the end of romantic relationships. Some people are just so amazed that you're living without them and moving on and being happy and healthy and taking great care of yourself. Stop worrying about what other folks are doing. Your gift will make room for you, and that's on God. Hashtag the big one. Yes, and so I feel like Melody is great at, she always promotes solitude, which I think is fabulous, especially for women. You don't want anyone to be male identified. You want people to embrace being single, spending time with yourself, taking yourself out. One of my favorite seasons of Sex and the City was when Carrie was single for the entire season. It was the season where the actress Sarah Jessica Parker was having a baby in real life. It's a shorter season. It's just about 2 months long, about 9, 10 episodes. But that was the season where Carrie was single. And so they would show her taking herself out to museums, stage plays, alone. And I think that that is so important for a woman to experience. Now, I know some women, like my godmom, she got married at 19. My godparents have been married. The end of this month will be 65 years. I was just telling her yesterday on the phone, godmama, some people don't even stay married for 6 years, and you've done it for 65. So some women, that's their life experience. But for a lot of women, they're not married that long. They may spend the majority of their life, of their adult life, as a single woman. Some of us may never get married, and that's okay. You can still be healthy, happy, motivated, well-traveled, well-cultured, and enjoy yourself. So I feel like not worrying about what other people are doing, not comparing your life to others, and believing that you too are special and there are things that you do well, that is the big one. I totally agree with Mel. Then Melody says, when I say I know without a doubt that the success I've experienced is partly because I did not spend energy trying to figure out what everybody had going on. Honestly, I didn't want to know because I wanted to be creative and leave room for God to show me the way without blurred vision. And baby, when I say He did just that. I don't even think I need to elaborate on that one. Then she says, now I get to wake up every single day doing what I love, working with passion on my purpose. And I think that is a blessing to do what you love. Now, I understand, especially for our parents, grandparents, generations before us, our ancestors, they definitely had to do jobs that they may not have always have liked or wanted to do. And some of us may still do some jobs and it's okay, but it pays the bills. You know, I have my 401k and yeah, I'll get a pension, whatever your reasons are. But if you can do something that you enjoy, like I enjoy creating content, I love it so. I love to write. I love brainstorming and thinking of different ideas. I love being inspired. Like when I scrolled through Melody's IG stories today on my lunch break, and I thought this was awesome. I want to share this and elaborate on it. You know, I love that creativity. So I definitely can relate to Melody on this account, and I think that it is a blessing. So if there is something that you love that you do, I say do it, whether it is going for walks, journaling, reading books, traveling, or starting a business, whatever it is that would bring you joy, absolutely do what makes you comfortable and happy. Yes, and so those are the posts that I wanted to share. I wanted to make sure I did not miss out on anything. That's my slideshow. I am going to come back live in a few hours tonight. I want to talk about the manosphere after some conversation was said about singer Erica Badu, and I want to talk about Meg the Stallion. So please join me. I would love to have you. I hope you have enjoyed this conversation. Please comment on this video. What did you think about Melody's IG post, and can you relate to any of them? And what do you think about some people not having access to you? You don't want to be around everyone's negative energy, especially if they don't mean you any good. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. Thank you for watching and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.